All right, shalom, peace to you this Tuesday morning. I'm going to get right to it and just to try to cut down on the time you might need to spend with me. Glad you're taking a minute to listen. Seventh chapter of Revelation gives a lot of information about the circumstances in heaven following the opening of the first six seals. But the seventh seal is sort of like standalone. And as I look at chapter 8 and begin preparing for this Sunday, I'm reminded that there's a whole lot going on that we aren't seeing. I mean, even in this day when I can sit here and you can sit wherever you are across the world and listen to me, and if you flipped it around, I could listen to you, and we got information coming in from everywhere, you would think we had it all, but we don't. Because there are things unseen, there are voices unheard, there are things going on in a different dimension called the heavenlies or heaven or whatever you want to refer to it as, that if anything are vastly more important than what we see and hear. And so just as an example, you know, we've got this coronavirus going around, and they say it's mutated and it's not as deadly as it was, and it's not like it was, and if you get a vaccine for it, well, it'll be out of date before you can turn it around because it's going to mutate again. But the simple fact is, you and I can't see that. It's, you know, it may be inside us or somebody else or in the air or on the counter or wherever it may be, but we cannot see it. Yet it has tremendous implications for us in our lives. So the things unseen, they can kill us. You know, other things unseen like vaccines can save us. Well, what's going on here in heaven is unseen, but John gives us a picture of it. And I want you just to ponder this for just a minute. I was going somewhere else with it, but I got hit so hard by this just a minute ago that I'm like, I'm going to have to think about that a little bit. And I told Drew, and he says, I'm going to have to think about that a little bit. But in chapter 8, says, and when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about a half hour. So something big's going to happen. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. That's a golden pan, if you will, or vessel that you put incense in. And in that censer, you would put some coals, and then take this incense ground up, this is what the priest would do, and then sprinkle it over the coals so that it burned up and you got the maximum amount of smoke for what you put in there in the shortest period of time. So he's got this, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. In other words, all the prayers of all the saved people, and elsewhere it indicates to me that this is all the prayers for all of time that have been saved up. And whether it's mixed with incense or whether the prayers themselves are the incense is undetermined. And really it doesn't matter, because here this angel takes all these prayers of all of time, sprinkles them on these coals, and poof, the smoke comes up off of them, figuratively speaking, if not literally, and it's an aroma pleasing to God that these prayers have been prayed for all this time. But look at the next part. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before God out of the angel's hand, and the angel took the, so that's over. The angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. Ponder this, people. Does this mean that there's going to come a time where God's not going to listen to any more prayers? Where the sum total of all the prayers that he's ever going to hear have been given. And they are put, as it were, on the censer. And they become an aroma pleasing to God. Because that censer then is not used anymore. It's done. Boom. it goes on to the earth, and we're going to talk about that this Sunday. I hope you'll join us. But, you know, we talk about come to God while you can, be saved while you can, do unto others as you would have done unto you while you can, that there's a season of over. But look here, if there's a season that's going to end when the last prayer is offered, let me just encourage you. You know somebody that needs prayer. You know your country needs prayer. You know that prayer is powerful even if it goes into the unseen realm. It has its effect. So what I'm seeing here is I need to pray while I can. I need to put some more prayers in the censer to be offered to God. And I would submit to you that we all do. Let's all God's people pray and delight in doing something that God's not just going to listen to. He's going to smell how you pray. God bless you all. Have a great day. Stay out of the newspaper if you can. Bye.